Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Blank Check here. Season 6, Episode 4, On Your Marks. If you want to see my full reaction, follow one of the links below. Otherwise, stay here for a recap, review, bada bing, bada boom. Let's jump right in. Alright, Episode 4. Can't wait to see what it has in store for— oh no, it's the CMC abort review. Nothing to see here, folks. Wait, oh yeah, they have their cutie marks. I guess I'll stick around and see what happens. After all, they've discovered their special talents, so now the world is their oyster, presumably. The CMC storyline can go pretty much anywhere, huh?
Oh,
it's perfect.
I was distracted by the radiance of my
Butt.
cutie mark.
Of my butt.
Did you say something? I mean,
Oh my god.
it's amazing how the colors just pop off your
Butt.
flank. It's
Or we could sit around and stare at butts all day. Actually, that's probably the most realistic slice-of-life story the show has ever conceived. And boy, are we into it. I don't personally have any tattoos, but this intro scene is kind of making me want one. I don't think the writers were necessarily going for the glorification of body art. Well, in this sense, we'll get to the other one soon. But it's surprisingly convincing. Even the voice of reason nearly falls victim to the cutie mark charm. Our Crusaders decide to get their butts off the floor and their eyes off their butts. Sweetie votes for square dancing. Scootaloo wants to become a pro yodeler. My backup career, actually. And Applebloom is uncreative, so she just mixes her two friends' opinions and regurgitates them as her own. Maybe that'll get us that ultra-rare tap-dancing mountain cutie mark. Oh wait, our butts are already occupied. This is quite a conundrum. How do we function without the thing that's defined our characters for 5 seasons? We've done everything together. We did candy, we did the hammer dance, we did cartography, we did chickens. Scootaloo being a method actress really digging into her role. Man, we even— hey, is that the title? Yummy! What was I saying? It's not important. The trio thinks fondly back on their previous ventures, like inverse hoof gliding, postmodern art, and shooby-doo, shooby-doo, call upon the sea ponies.
do stuff together.
The Crusaders ponder what their purpose is without a clear goal in front of them, and they realize that their obvious special talent is obviously the answer to this obvious question. So they begin a journey to find ponies in need of advice on their butt designs. First stop, Big Macintosh of the Apple Clan, the fellow with one of the largest butt tattoos in this entire series. I don't think Big Mac has a—
Feel content?
oh, her horn! Oh no, that poor apple!
If this,
But Big Mac— wait a second, just this frame. I think Scootaloo's found a perfect spot to make her nest. But Big Mac's only problem here is tiny fragile ponies getting in front of his hooves. And Applebloom's backwards walking skills have lost some of their luster since the time they reformed Diamond Tiara. So the collected apples end up enacting sweet, juicy, high-fiber revenge on their assailant and former master. You will be missed, Big Mac. Rest in peace. Then, our intrepid Crusaders pay a visit to his certain sun pony. Who could it possibly be? Mac.
the important thing to remember is that there is no rush.
Oh.
The 3 of us tried for the longest
Oh, it's—
time, but it just comes when it comes.
it's pound and pumpkin cake, isn't it?
Confused and maybe even a little lost.
It's the baby
The
cakes.
blank flank is nothing to be ashamed
It's the baby cakes.
So if you're having even the slightest
It's—
problem, or
it's the babies.
concerns or questions, we
I
want
get
you
it.
to know that we are here to help.
I get it, it's the babies.
Don't think they're too worried about it yet.
Wait, what? Oh my god. It was the baby cakes the entire time. I'm so surprised. What a hilarious twist on this unpredictable scene. Ho 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 ho. Turns out, Dr. Stethoscope is doing just fine without rambunctious fillies walking around his clinic. Mayor doesn't need any help signing papers, and Lyra's amazed by the back of this document. I'm guessing Bonbon drew her a picture of a hand or something as a surprise. So the fillies back out in style. As Sweetie shows off her magic skills, I still find it so adorable when she performs magic. We meet a pony whose special talent is gum. What a fascinating story she must have. I don't know her name, but I really want to call her Trident Layers. This guy is just fabulous. I feel like less of a stallion merely being in his presence. Spontaneous mustache growth, go! Ah! I couldn't hold it. Maybe next time. Scootaloo, marked a failure, takes her aggression out on the Earth itself. She earns some points with a remark about their previous obsession with cutie marks.
Who knew there were so few ponies worried about their cutie marks? It makes you wonder why we made such a big deal out of it for so long.
Perfect meta commentary from Scootaloo. Much to the chagrin of her peers, who are at a loss with their new existential crisis. Bulk Biceps to the rescue! He has a problem, and I was ecstatic to hear about it. I love it when we get some standout character moments from our background cast. And Bulk really lives up to my preconceived notions. They take him over to the clubhouse, to beautiful effect, and ensure him that the CMC will not let him down. High hoof! Oh dear, let's take a rain check on that one. He relays his cutie mark troubles, that he's run out of weights to lift. And oh, this is an unfortunate situation. What is seen cannot be unseen. Anyway, the CMC give him a quick and easy fix for his butt issues, and he repays them by severely damaging their meeting place. Twice. Still, the day is saved, thanks to the Cutie Mark Crusaders. Bulk's off to lift everything and every pony in sight, then possibly become a personal trainer. I really love this guy. But that was way too easy. The CMC are so good at their job that they might totally eliminate the market and run themselves straight out of business.
And the Cutie Mark Crusaders don't have any reason to exist!
Oh no! Oh, they're so cute. The Mark Crusaders. Ah. For a few seconds, I was a little worried that this meant the episode was going in a direction where the CMC tried to force problems to occur, a la Twilight in Lesson 0. But they take the more reasonable route and hold a meeting to discuss the future of their little startup. I'm waiting for this Venn diagram to end up on a t-shirt. It's just a perfect mix of weird and vague. Apple Bloom brings up the rarity of situations that involve Crusader-related butt problems. Things are looking a bit dire. So she poses a plan to explore all of Equestria for Cutie Mark conundrums, which would be pretty awesome, honestly. But Chicken and Marshmallow remind us that they're just kids, immediately crushing my hopes and dreams.
Start figuring out ways to search all of Equestria for Cutie Mark
Oh!
problems.
Oh yes! That's amazing! No! That seems like
Let me travel to the far reaches of Equestria looking for Cutie Mark problems.
screw rarity!
Sure we'll come across them in Ponyville,
This is
and when
the
we
best
do,
solution.
we'll totally...
And they decide to just do stuff for fun, as if they were kids or something. One problem, our Crusaders all have different ideas of fun. For Scootaloo, it's extreme sports. She's gotta go fast, and the apples were gracious enough to let her build a giant ramp on their property. Scooting around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow dash. My first thought was that the other two would attempt the death trap and wind up falling short of the window, smacking into the side of the barn, but they don't even make it to the starting line. So Apple Bloom recommends they give this one a pass. Next up, singing lessons with Conductor Sweetie. I'm not sure how that part went. I was too busy gazing into the abyss that is Scootaloo's mouth. But whatever happened, Sweetie looks like she's about to activate her destruction protocol. Oh man,
Just a dash, and a
she's gonna
drip,
shove that
and a drip.
where the sun don't shine, Scootaloo. Third time's the charm? Apple Bloom takes the girls into the Everfree to laugh in the face of nature with Sakura, who unfortunately does not have a speaking part. And the girls do well if the goal was to make Rarity faint when they return home. We're not hopping at the opportunity for bungee jumping, and Apple Bloom decides, "No, not the bees!" So we're back to square one. But Apple Bloom, what if we took the logical route and acted on our individual interests like realistic characters? Gee, girls, I don't know about that. I thought we were supposed to be a collective hive mind. What if, peace out? Wait, what? So then we get our first song of the season, soloed by Miss Creeber. And it's a pretty solid tune as Apple Bloom mourns for days gone by and fears for the future of her relation with her friends, coupled with a nice visual as the trio splits off in opposing directions. Then, wait a minute, this is familiar. I close my eyes, only for a moment and the moment's gone. Anyway, Apple Bloom tries out river rafting with Carrot Top and company, but that rapidly proves a wash. Then she helps smash grapes with Berry Punch and What's-Her-Face, so they can ferment the juice and extract the color and tannins from the skins for a nice old world style Chardonnay. Things go wrong. Very wrong. What have I become? Then, oh my god, this is amazing. Here's where we return to the aforementioned body art, with Tree Hugger posing as our model. This is the perfect job for her. And we get some pretty solid, recognizable artist illusions. Da Vinci in the background, Picasso with a nice cubism cutie mark, Dali with his melting clocks, and Andy Warhol with a nice can of Campbell's soup. And they even gave a nod to me, showing off my personal art style. All around a standout moment for the episode. Then, as Apple Bloom tries cooking, we get a scene that makes me a little sad. Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon have already made up. It's something that I, of course, wanted to happen, but I was secretly hoping for another full episode to add to Diamond Tiara's redemption arc, where she tries to make things up to her former lackey. I'm sure we'll still get some character development from her in the future, but I feel that would have been a great opportunity to grab. Little Apple ends her song on just the most impractical bridge. Oh, poor Apple Bloom. Okay, this is a sad song, but that bridge is really impractical. I think I would just jump over the river instead of hitting that 80-degree incline every time. But this leads her to Ponyville's premier dancing school. Sure? Where she breaks in and makes a commotion as she wants to do. The instructor decides to give her, a complete beginner off the streets, a role in the next recital, which is literally in a matter of hours. Sure, fine, whatever, continue the show. We get a glimpse of obvious plot element, tiny sentry flash, tender taps, and then Appalicious jumps straight into the fray. Hey, buddy, ease up. Shipping needs to be handled gently and delicately. I would know. I'm an expert. Dancing doesn't go so well. Who'd have guessed? Then Apple Bloom gets a good old-fashioned group shun. She's sad and alone, so Tender Tabs comes to cheer her up. I wasn't entirely sure where the episode was heading at this point, and I almost expected the writers to start up some sort of new, lasting relationship here, but that's not the case. Mr. Taps channels his inner cheese sandwich, then his inner rarity, and finishes in an impressive but compromising position. Man, wouldn't it be great to have a cutie mark? Too bad I'm too shy to pursue my dreams. If only there was someone out there who specialized in cutie mark problems. Then I would surely be able to find my special purpose in life. Yeah, whatever, have fun with that.
Without my friends, I don't think I'll ever feel again.
Oh my god, that's the darkest thing. So, Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo return, having had a lot of fun. Sweetie was successful in inventing the world's first peanut butter and jelly scarf. And our little Pegasus was successful in putting on a helmet. Good job, girl. So they go see what their apple friend accomplished. Answer: losing sanity. Oh no.
Hello, girls.
Oh no.
Pursuing your own interests?
Oh goodness.
Apple Bloom? What are
This
you
is gonna
doing
turn
in the dark? Yeah,
really dark. Howdy, girls. Would y'all like to play a game? It's called Pin the Knife on the Scootaloo. Then we can finish up with Pop Goes the Sweetie Belle. No more individualistic expression will be necessary. We're gonna have so much fun. Just the three of us. Forever and ever and ever. So, Apple Bloom's tried a lot of things. Let's name a few. Chemistry, nursing, leaf collecting, rarities assistant, Applejack's sister, really tough it turns out, Christmas tree decorator, pina colada aficionado, boat anchor, pie baker, cake maker, praying mantis, Swiss cheese, replacing Spike, being a tree, Fluttershy's job, carriage racer, basket weaver, pro swimmer, root vegetables, construction worker, literal Pegasus, music note, flag waver, snowdrop, potion maker, chicken, being a parasprite, doing mushrooms, stargazing, astronomy, mountain climbing, umbrella handling, seashell collecting, candy eating mechanic, becoming the 5th alicorn princess, optometry, swimming with sharks, bicycling, crochet, pickles, fire starter, Fluttershy, compass reader, crackers, balloon tire, clothesline, author, checklist writer, Twilight has the market cornered unfortunately, sewing, flower growing, badminton, wood chopping, chef, birdwatcher, acrobat, photographer, fanfiction writer, bowler, sports coach, flutist, banjo player, home designer, outdoorsman, dancer, cog in the machine, apprentice to the smooze, marshmallow, weightlifter, sprinkler system, dragonfly, skateboarder, canoeist. She can't even be a good Apple Bloom. And she's sour that she couldn't survive on her own now that the Crusaders are no more. Then the other two inform her that she was a victim of miscommunication, and they have no intention to stop hanging out with each other. Oh, maybe I overreacted a teensy bit. Sorry about that knife, Scootaloo. Wow,
You don't have to be good at something to have fun, and being good
Yeah.
doesn't always mean you will.
like me with everything I do. This gives a sudden and kind of soft resolution to the core problem of this storyline. I think the structure of this episode is interesting in the way it fragmented itself, with this fear of the CMC splitting apart now that they've accomplished their goal remaining the heart of the issue, and Dance Pony kind of standing off on the sidelines. On the one hand, the way the problem here is solved, through simple clarification, is refreshing in how direct and realistic it actually is. This exaggerated reaction and sudden understanding is something you can get away with in the slice of life genre. But on the other hand, it kind of makes the remaining few minutes fall a little flat. It feels like the climax hit early and we have an extended sequence of falling action. But anyway, Apple Bloom finally realizes what the scriptwriter wants her to do, and we're off to the dance recital. We get dancers of some sort. I can usually tell when there's a reference being made, but I am uncultured, so I wouldn't actually know who these are. Anywho, the Crusaders tried to convince Tender to tap his way on stage and fulfill his destiny. But he's got a case of the Fluttershies, and the crowd is absolutely savage. Too bad Octi couldn't convince that uncouth Vinyl Scratch to join along for a double date. Sweetie Belle offers assistance? Is that what we're calling it? And Scootaloo proves that she does her own stunts. Nice dreadlocks. What? Eat your heart out, Tom Cruise. Apple Bloom tries to give TT a push in the right direction in front of the cityscape, but he's not budging. So she makes a fool out of herself in an inspiring display of self-sacrifice. Also, timey-wimey and all that. Tip-tap paddle-wap then decides to follow up her act. All according to plan, heh heh heh. Alright, I feel the music! Got a hot case of the jives. Gotta dance it off. He rocks the stage, the crowd goes wild, and then Button Mash bears witness to the shiniest butt in the room. Oh man, I always knew I was destined to be the 16th President of the United States. Turns out Tender Taps was destined to burn ants with a magnifying glass while wearing a top hat. Who knew? Something something shipping. The cute schoolyard crush kind of shipping. Don't look at me like that, dang it. Then apples her way over to her friends and apologizes for her behavior. And we get some kind words of encouragement from the friends. As well as the notion that they'll go out on their own more often now, seeking their own adventures and trying things out for the sake of learning rather than finding a purpose. This could indicate a really refreshing dynamic for the Crusaders that I'm definitely willing to see. Tender Taps shows off his butt with pride. Disclaimer, do not try in public. Though Sea Swirl's kind of into it. Apple Bloom decides to follow her dreams of being Jaws. But then we get a nice group hug and high hoof to close the episode. I enjoyed this one, though personally it wowed me the least of the 4 episodes we've gotten this season. Still, I was never the hugest fan of the CMC episodes, and this one brought promises of shaking the foundation of their group dynamic in an interesting way. And the core lesson here is really solid. I'm sure a ton of people watching could relate to the feeling that you're drifting apart from your friends. As you grow up, barriers form both physically and mentally between you and childhood pals. And everyone finds themselves spending more time alone pursuing their own interests separate from their friends. Sometimes it ends up well, like I'm sure it will with these characters, where you grow and learn from each other by relaying these experiences, by sharing your interests even if it's not something you can directly share with them. And sometimes it just doesn't work that way and you drop contact. In all honesty, that's something that I'm more familiar with. So when Apple Bloom showed that fear, I knew precisely where it was coming from. It's one of the more down-to-earth storylines of the show, and I appreciate that. Couple in a good example of a freakout over a misunderstanding, a suitably low-key resolution, some great background character moments, and a very nice melancholy song. This was far from bad. And it's also, I think, the first episode where we don't see a single main 6 character for the duration. Maybe that further signifies how much the Crusaders have evolved and grown as characters, and how independent they are now. I look forward to seeing what exactly the future holds for Apples, Cluckers, and Marshmallow. Perhaps the parts are even greater than the whole in some situations. Ugh, I don't know why my scripts just keep getting longer, but thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time, but until then, let's go out with some laughs. Post-meeting. Oh, so cute. Check. Remember, our butts are already occupied. Oh my god.
What you mean.
Oh my.
Cutie mark problem. I have a cutie mark problem. It's so confusing, and I feel like the solution is staring me right in the muzzle.
Oh my god.
I see
Bump
why you guys hang
biceps.
out here. It's
What?
cozy.
A safe dude. Yeah. So what's
Oh.
I think I did it right.
This is great.
Harmony, huh? And what
You can't spell harmony without harm.
But bungee
Oh
jumping
no.
sounds just as scary as crochet sounds boring. That's amazing. We thought I could do the things we
Oh, this is perfect. Oh my goodness.
That sounds an awful lot like friendship. And I'm ready to do things I don't have to do by myself. That I do a good job partnering with my new group of friends.
Oh, that smile.
Yeah, okay. Nice meeting you.
It's beautiful.
Horrible! But it was so much fun. Charity showed me how, even though she said
Wow.
crochet is knitting's poorer cousin. But I love it. Awesome. I did. Hooked? Well, I guess that changes things. We didn't want to hang out anymore.
Really? And whatnot.
I don't know about this.
Don't worry, you'll be just fine.
It's gorgeous.
Like how I use my bungee jumping to change the sets. Or my costumes.
I was helpful.
One thing is for sure, the cutie mark Crusaders will never be the same. Could be better.
That was wonderful. Hey, look at my butt, ladies.